Hello, 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 and welcome to Rate the Leadership with your host, Jai Mays. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Today, we have a great show for you guys. We're going to kick this thing off by rating the leadership of our previous administration so we can compare and contrast for you guys. Because why? Leadership means everything. The Bible says when the king is righteous, the people rejoice. But when the king is foolish, and wicked, the people mourn. So we're going to take this all the way back to 2021. And on this channel and on this show, honey, we're going to be rating everybody from the Pope all the way down to the manager at Price Chopper or the grocery store. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rate the leadership. We're going to rate the leaderships of presidents, the Pope, governors, senators, mayors, okay, pastors, because there's a lot of pastors out here sending these folks right to the lake of fire. Be careful who you let lead your flock, okay? CEOs, managers, heads of nonprofits, entertainers, sports players, media journalists, and more. We're going to rate the leadership. So let's get started. Right now, we're getting ready to bring in my good friend, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's leadership is funny because they had us all sold, honey, that he was going to be the best thing since Jesus. And let me tell you something, actually, since Obama, because, Obama was the Messiah. So we know we rate his leadership too, because he came back in 2024 and that leadership wasn't so good. Man, they had a whole lot of people going off on Obama. What was that about? Anyway, I'm your host, Jai Mays. Please click that like button and subscribe. This channel is new. It's been around for a while, but I'm just now getting into it because the leadership that we've been getting lately has just stunk. And we can tell all across the nation if it's been good leadership or bad leadership. So let's get into this. We're going to bring in Mr. Joe Biden. When he took the liberty to undo every immigration policy that Trump put into place. And how did that work out for us? Let's take a look. Let's see here. We're going to add. Let's go.
Of our migration
Okay.
to our.
Here we go, guys. We're going to start this over. Let's go. Your friend, Joe Biden. Here we go.
Today I'm going to sign a few executive orders to strengthen immigration system, building on the executive actions I took on day one to protect dreamers and to end the Muslim ban and to better manage our borders. And that's what these three different executive orders are about. And I want to make it clear, there's a lot of talk with good reason about the number of executive orders that I have signed. I'm not making new law. I'm eliminating bad policy. What I'm doing is taking on the issues that 99% of them, that the last president of the United States, issued executive orders I thought were very counterproductive to our security, counterproductive to who we are as a country, particularly in the area of immigration. This is about how America is safer, stronger, more prosperous when we have a fair, orderly, and humane legal immigration system. And with the first action today, we're going to work to undo the moral and national shame of the previous administration that literally, not figuratively, ripped children from the arms of their families, their mothers and fathers at the border, and with no plan, none whatsoever, to reunify the children who are still.
Okay, folks, we're going to talk about this real quick. So he's saying that the previous administration, which was Trump's 2016, that administration was separating children at the border. Now, if we go all the way back, this immigration and border problem has been going on for a long time. And what Trump did is he set in executive orders to actually manage it correctly. Okay, to manage it correctly. So they're saying that they were separating children. Were they? Were they, Joe? Or were they shipping out the parents and leaving the children here for somebody else to raise, for a stranger to raise? Because that seems like what the Biden administration right now is fighting for. Am I wrong? Because right now we've got a leader who's back in office, Trump, saying Deport the whole family together. We don't have to separate them. Deport them all together because the parents are here illegally. But now, right now, we have this previous administration, the Joe Biden administration, right now with the judges blocking who is separating the parents. Who's doing it now, Joe? Who's doing it? Right now, your previous administration and the judges are trying to block Trump from deporting the entire family with this whole citizen birthright. He's saying the whole family can go. He doesn't want to separate families. But no, here comes the previous administration judges and saying, that's going to be so wrong. Let's just leave the child. It's for who to raise him? Who gonna raise? Are y'all gonna raise him, Mr. Judge? Are y'all gonna raise these children that you're sending them? So you're okay with separating? Now back then you said it wasn't good to separate them, but now I guess you're okay with it, huh? Let's keep going. Rate the leadership.
In custody and their parents. The second action addresses the root causes of our migration to our southern border. And the third action, the third order I'm going to be signing, orders a full review of the previous administration's harmful and counterproductive immigration policies, basically across the board. And so with that, I'm going to sign the first order, which is a reestablishment of the interagency task force and the reunification of families. And remove the stain on the reputation for what the separation is called.
Stain. Look at that.
That is the first
stain.
The second order I'm signing is creating a comprehensive regional framework to address the causes of migration and to manage migration throughout the North and Central America, and to provide a safe and orderly processing of asylum seekers at the United States border. And the third order I'm signing is restoring the faith in our legal immigration system and strengthening immigration and inclusion efforts for new Americans.
You hear that word right there? Inclusion. And he made sure he put emphasis on that word. What does that mean, Joe? Inclusion. Inclusion. What does that mean to you guys that he's doing? Okay. Let's talk about it, because ever since he did that and the border, he opened the border wide open. Did he not? Did he not? So when he said inclusion, I guess that included the rapists, the murderers, the scammers, the drug cartel, the cartel leaders. Biden just opened it up for everybody, didn't he? He said inclusion. Now let me ask y'all something. How has that worked out in the last 4 years? How has it worked out? Let's rate the leadership on this. So you had a president that came in and put in executive orders to keep a closed border, a governed border. Even the Pope at the Vatican has a border. Every nation has a border. You cannot let rebels in. They bring in their gods, their practices, their sacrifices. Even in the Bible, Jesus had borders. Jesus told the people to have borders. When the children of Israel were passing through, they just left out of Egypt, and they were passing through to cross over to go into the land of milk and honey, the land of Canaan. Where they had to cross, they had to ask the kings, can we cross through? Some of the kings said no. But our king at the time said, bring it all in. Bring in your drugs, bring in your gods, bring in all your pagan practices, bring in all of your rape and murder, bring it all in. And now look at the country. I see more people on TikTok, Facebook, What are all the others? YouTube, all of them calling ICE right now. Why? Because for real, it really, really hurt the Black community. If you guys don't understand this, when all of these people came in, they were taking jobs from the Black community. And here go the Black community. It's wrong. It's Trump. He wants, he gonna get rid of all of us. Oh my God, I need you guys to become leaders and think about this. The more other nations came in, they were booting you right on out. And that goes for every American, honey. It wasn't just Black America, baby. It was white America, Mexican America. It was everybody. And now I see every American, Black American, white American, Mexican American, they calling ICE. Let's keep going.
My grandfather would say the grace of God and the goodwill of the neighbors will reunite these children and reestablish our reputation as being a haven for people in need. Thank you very, very much.
Joe Biden. So how has that worked out for America since 2021? Since Joe Biden opened that border, how's it worked out? You tell me, America, was this good leadership or bad leadership? We're going to give good leadership, excellent leadership. We're going to give that a 10. We're going to give all right leadership a 5. And then we're going to give terrible leadership a 1. After 4 years of that, opening that border and undoing all of those policies, would you consider that excellent leadership at 10, all right leadership at 5, or 1, terrible leadership? Because look at the country. I'm not even going to give you mine. You already know mine. I think he's terrible. But what do you think? Is this good leadership? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I'll see you on the next one of Rate the Leadership. Talk to you soon.